Ah, there you guys are. Okay. Sorry about that. Technical changes. I'm not getting any chat on Restream. I don't know why. It's Friday, right? Okay, it's Friday. Let me put this over here for a second, see if I can get this chat thing working. No internet. Why? Let's see if I can just. Let's see if I do this and on chat. Follow the chat. Okay, I got you here. Not so bad. I don't know why this other chat isn't working, but okay, the other chat doesn't work. We're pioneers in this age of information. Hey, Jessica. Hey, Mio. Hey, Tina. What's going on? Tom, Laura, Darius, Chosen. Hey, Jessica. Yeah, perfect day. Okay, this is a little more lively chat on I guess it's YouTube, and then on. I'm not using my camera today. I had camera issues. I'm switching to a new camera, and I'm dealing with some technical changes as usual. I hope you guys. Thanks for putting up with me. At any rate, I'm hoping that you all went home after last night's broadcast and looked yourself in the mirror and said, "I love you." Actually, I need to remind myself to do that too. Right? You're not going to remind. Yeah, you are reminding me. Oh, it's so sweet. My the demon of doubt is really we're on the same page these days. Can't wait to get from 3D to 5D. I don't think it really requires much effort. It's really more like kind of effortless. In fact, I think it's like the more you try to get into 5D, the less it'll happen. I think it's just kind of like just flow into it. Yes, and stay positive. Yeah, just stay positive, and I think it'll just happen very naturally. I was talking to a friend of mine. This is what happens if you actually get in contact with me, then you become part of the broadcast. And I told my friend, I have a new friend from Montreal, and we talk a lot this because there's certain Jewish patriots that don't have anyone to talk to. I mean, that are like religious from religious places, and they have no one to talk to. So we were talking about. I forgot. Now I forgot what I was going to say. It doesn't matter. We'll get to the news. Yeah, that's your handle, or is that what you're telling me, Rebecca? Get to the news. Yeah, Friday, everyone. Yeah, get to the news. Rebecca's telling me get to the news. I wonder if Rebecca's a bot. But Rebecca, are you a bot to annoy me, or you really want me to get to the news? Hey, Gary, it's going to be a great day. Absolutely. Guess I'm doing fine. Got to cut the grass in a little while. Yeah. All right, we got lots of messages coming in. Everybody, good morning. It's going to be a great. This is Shabbos Mavorkin. Let me just get into a few little Jewish issues. It means Shabbos Mavorkin means we're coming into a new month. We're going from Siv. Well, we're in. Wait a minute. Right, we're going from the month of into the month of Sivan. I think Sivan. I'm not sure. You guys know the Yeah, we're going from ER to Sivan, and next week, next Shabbos, we will be celebrating the receiving of the Torah, and we're counting tonight. We'll be counting. Well, last night we counted 43. Omar 43. So we're in Malchus. We're in Malchus, which is the last Sphirot, which is like kind of the feminine aspect that receives from all the other Sphirot. And we're coming into Memorial Day as well. So this could be a pretty auspicious time. The 26th of May is Shavuos. Actually, the 25th is the eve. We start the day and the night. So Shavuos starts, and this Shabbos is Shabbos of working, where people in my neck of the woods read the whole book of Tehillim before they pray in the morning. So I'm gonna I'm gonna try to do my best. I will probably read the book of Tehillim. I've been doing it lately a lot more. I'm getting back on. It's really a nice custom. It takes a lot of time, but it really makes for a beautiful Shabbos. So those of you who are religious and feel so inclined, you could say the book of Tehillim, King David's Psalms, the 150 Psalms. I I try to say it in Hebrew when I'm feeling good. I can do it in Hebrew, and sometimes I just say it in English if I'm not. Hey, Julie. Julie, I thought that was a great Zoom meeting, man. We're really growing, and it could become. I was thinking that maybe at some point Jenna would sort of take over for me if you wanted to do a ladies meeting. Also, maybe you could do a separate ladies meeting, meet on your own Zoom, or use my Zoom. Hey, Synergy Show, is that Shira? Say it in Hebrew too, yeah. Boker Tov, everybody. So anyway, yeah, we're coming into a new month, Sivan, the month of Sivan, and it is the first of the month. Now, one other very important piece of information, I believe, is that we're coming into this Shabbos, will be reviewing the first chapter of Bamidbar. Bamidbar translates to in the wilderness, okay, the wilderness. So the Jewish people are being counted again by God in the wilderness now. And now begins, and it could be that this corresponds to where we will be holding in terms of our progress as patriots. We are kind of like in the wilderness. It seems to me like a lot of things are happening in terms of political things. Like I'm seeing a lot of things in Washington. This reminds me very much of Watergate, but I think it's going to be even more so. And it seems that the enemy, the entrenched politicians are very emotional and very irrational and not willing, like Russia always used to say, they don't really want to talk on the level of intellect because they can't really make intellectual claims. They can only make sort of emotional claims. Go Bronson, yeah. And I'm also reminded before we get to the intel, I am going to focus on the intel because I didn't really get a chance to really examine it. New moon. Is your bar mitzvah parsha? Nice. Shira's bar mitzvah parsha was bar midbar, but it means the wilderness, and it's really the adventure of the Jews, the 40 years in the desert, in the wilderness, and they had all kinds of weird, wild, wacky adventures. The story of the spies, the Miraglium that were sent out to Israel to find out what's going down, and they came back with an evil report. A lot of these things, Korach, the adventure with Korach, where he wanted to say, "Who are you, Moses, to take to be the big Kahuna? What you should share it with everybody." This is kind of like, and people, uh, the rabbis say that was like that Korach had the spirit of Mashiach. He was like everybody's equal, but he was 3,000 years too early. Okay, or 4,000 years too early. Yeah, the demon can go away. I'm gonna like we're making friends now. Demons, yeah, the demons. Uh, According to our peeps on Zoom, the demons literally did go down the toilet, and but you'll have to come to our Zoom meeting on Thursday at 5 o'clock to talk to the brave ladies. Let's see, this Thursday, we'll be coming into Shavuos, so I won't really. I guess we could do. We could still do the 5 o'clock meeting. Yeah. Okay. So we could still do a 5 o'clock meeting. And the solar flares intense today, shaking up the old structures. Yeah. We are emerging from our self wilderness. Yes, indeed. That's beautiful, Shira. Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, a lot's going on, man, behind the scenes. So let's go. And I, okay, I'm just going to go to the intel because I'm kind of all over the place today. Maybe Shira's telling me why I'm so out of it today because the solar flare. I could blame it on the solar flares, but I've just been like I'm crazed today. Awful lots of morning on and off. Yeah, you see where the two chats are coming from? Are there two chats on YouTube? I think there should be one. There were two chats. Hospitals have whistleblowers. Yeah, you are who you're looking for. That's a good one. Yeah, I like that. Oops, I have to move very fast. You guys are really quick here. Wow, we have lots of people. I also want to give a shout out to SG and on man. I am like so pleased and really flattered. I mean, I don't really attach much ego to what I do, but it's just it's just nice to get a little recognition from the patriot people. They nobody calls me and says, what do you think about, I don't get much information. I don't get many call. I don't get any communications from the patriot community. So and I feel like SG is the one I turn to, the one I listen to. I really don't listen to the other patriot channels because I think they sell a lot of fear, just like the bad guys, and I'm just not into it, man. Hey, um, Gila Princess Warrior, yeah, Gila, can I brag on you for a minute? Can I just brag about how brave you are? I need Gila's position about what you did with the whipster. I mean, anyway, I need your permission on that because I just want to like give a shout out to how brave SG is. My favorite too. And he's sweet, and he's also. Can I pin this? I can't pin things with this. That's weird. No, I can't pin. Okay, that's all right. Okay, so it's sort of like being pinned already. Let me just see if I can. Can I go back to? I can't go back to the regular chat. Okay, for some reason it's only a little. Okay, I'm just going to say a little bit. Okay, so I'll say a little bit. I just want to say that Gila is my hero. I know you say heroine or hero, but she personally she personally took on Whiplash and communicated with this guy who is obviously seems to be a scam artist, but for sure he's a real hater of Jewish people, and he said some horrible things and posted some ridiculous things about the Jewish people. And I just want to give a shout out to Gila for taking this, you know, a guy who claims to be a patriot and he's ripping off the people. I mean, and Emily too. I think they just, but they, but he in particular couldn't wait to bash the Jewish people and say that we're all worshiping Molech, which is just insane. So thank you, Gila, for standing up for the Jewish people. I actually lost my big channel because I called out Whiplash. That's when they took my big channel. So she and I were partners in crime here. I will take a little credit, but people are now understanding that you can't mix good and evil. You can't be partly good and partly. You have. I mean, we all are, but we're coming to that point where good and evil are going to be completely separate. So in this, last the last days before the Mashiach, before the Great Awakening. Hey, spiritual being man. Yeah. Oh, don't forget to order. Go to Spiritual Bean Coffee if you want some delicious organic coffee. I swear by it. It's the only coffee I drink. Real Jews don't worship Satan. Thank you. Fake Jews do. Khazarian ones. Yeah. Yeah. Gila was really. She took this guy apart, and we found out that he was. I'm not to belittle the Iranian people. I love the Iranian people. I don't have anything against them, but he had a real thing against the Jewish people. That's all I'm saying. And now he's getting everyone's recognizing that. Yeah, he never appeared. He just had a channel on. He has a channel on Telegram where he mostly sells um, what's appear to be scam crypto things on Lobster. And I've been following. I've invested in a lot of his things. I trusted this man, and it seems that just like he was off with the Jewish people, he might have been really off with his investments. He might just be a big scammer. So I'd say be very careful on Telegram. Do not, try. You have to do your research. At any rate, no, this was not. This is not a Jewish thought that Jesus is the only one. I mean, that's I don't know. I can't seem to. I don't. Jewish people do not believe in Jesus, so this is not what we're about. We're about accepting Christians. We accept Christians, but to say that Jesus is the only way is that's what the problem with whiplash. That immediately separates Jews from non-Jews. And I know there's a lot of things about this that he was Jewish. Why don't you believe in him? It's just we do not, in general, believe. Like a basic premise of Judaism is that we don't really worship people as gods. It's just not our thing. And I think that was set up by the deep state to separate people. But at any rate, yeah, it's not a Jewish concept, but it could have been just, yeah, here we go. Okay, so I can't seem to, I don't seem to be connected. If any people can use their wrench, my chat doesn't seem to be working this time. I don't know why, but if you can remove some of these people, you know what, okay, you want to put out things that are going to divide us. You're just like whiplash. If you say Jesus is the Lord, you're just going to separate. That means the Jewish people are not included in the Great Awakening. So I think you should really be careful what you say. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Anyway, all right. So let's. I don't know why I can't seem to edit these things, but it seems to be the case in this situation. So anyway, okay, whatever. I don't know. Sure, it's a fine line. I mean, we need to have a discussion about this. I mean, I don't. I'm not sure. I mean, I listen. I follow Yogananda. I mean, Yogananda appears to me sometimes. I had a dream last night of the Rebbe. I don't know. It's a point of division, really, and it's yeah, I mean, listen, it's great to love Yeshua. Anyway, I don't want to get into this. We listen as Jews, we don't have a problem with Christians believing in Jesus. If you want to find out why Jews do not believe in Jesus, go to Tuvia Singer's YouTubes. He has many YouTubes about it, and he will explain why it's not a Jewish concept. Okay, but we don't have any problems. If you want to worship Jesus, it's fine. Fine. Yeah, I could. Yeah, I know. Did he want to be Jewish? I don't know. I mean, if he was Jewish, I'm sure he would not have wanted to be to be worshipped. But then they said we had the same problems with the Galactics. The Galactics. I mean, anyone who, as humans, we look up to as gods. It's a very uncomfortable position. You're not afraid, but it's, I mean, from a Jewish point of view, it's because you're not really, anyway, I'm not, it's not my place. Talk to Tuvia Singer. Let's go to some intel. Here we go. Because I wanted to talk about this thing with John Huber. Okay, here we go. Let me just check in with the White Hats. Okay, we've seen all this information. I want to go to another channel now. I will read this last one again. I'll just read the last of it. Lots happening, Patriots. And remember, part of the rocker person plan is to use fake alien invasion to bring in mass control. I'm not using my regular camera, so I don't have to worry about my computer overheating. Please, God. We told you many times the real disclosure comes after the crash, I guess. The Great Awakening will blow your mind and is connected to the deepest secrets of the earth and past, present, and future. God wins. All right. Okay. So let's go to another channel that really talks about John Huber that we have all forgot, or I forgot about. See if I can find him. Let's go to all chats. Hmm. Here we go. Okay. So here's some recent posts from the David Wilcox channel. This is from Restored Republic Timeline. Since President Trump's inauguration in 2016, U.S. Attorney General for Utah, John Huber, and his 740 investigators have filed over 500,000 indictments against global and political elites in federal courts. Okay, so let me read that again. Is that mom? Mom is calling? Just make sure. That was mom. All right, whatever. Okay, let's go back to the chat. Yeah, I press one button and everything goes. Okay, here we go. There's the chat. Okay, put this down. Okay, so good people of all the love in the world to Ellie and his beautiful followers. Thanks, Phil Quinn. The cat on the road, cat down the road. And our barrel of filth is still added. You didn't have enough from last night. He wants to come back. He needs some entertainment. He needs some attention. Poor little barrel of filth. Okay, so anyway, since President Trump's inauguration in 2016, U.S. Attorney General for Utah, John Huber, and his 740 investigators had filed over 500,000 indictments against global and political elites in federal court across the nation. Charges include treason, trafficking, the opposite of life to people, drugs and smuggling, and RICO laundering. I'm abbreviating it just for the sake of YouTube. After arrests, interrogations, and state grand jury trials, verified facts in the over 500,000 cases, 500,000 cases were given to John Durham, who included them in his report, the full extent which was about to be released. On Wednesday, the 2nd of December, 2020, Trump had invoked provisions of the National Defense Activation Act due to foreign intervention and election fraud in the 2020 presidential selection process. The military had proven the fraud through an election count of official watermarked ballots that ran in tandem with vote tabulations on November 3rd, 2020. So remember we heard all that the ballots were watermarked with a kind of a crypto insignia. So they have the actual real count of the selection process, and they're just letting all this play out as a giant sting operation, from what I understand. But let's just not forget. I mean, this is a good reminder that 500,000 indictments are going through John Huber. So there's not nothing. It's not nothing going on. That coupled to this other post from Restored Republic, the government has been arresting people of the prominent least. For nearly 2 years, I've watched at least 5 large unmarked cruise ships parked 2 miles off the coast of Long Beach, California, in the Pacific Ocean, all the while seeing literally 60 to 70 helicopter flights a day, fanning out in 3 different directions. Unmarked helicopters, obviously, some military and some civilian. This has happened every day, including Sundays, nonstop for nearly 2 years. Anonymous since 20 January 20th, 2021, the U.S. military special forces have been holding nightly tribunals on Capitol Hill using that evidence that was handed over to Durham and included in a report. Soon the full Durham report will be released, following by another round of at least 3,000 arrests of those found guilty of crimes including treason during the years of investigation since Trump took office. So there's a lot going on behind the scenes. That's what that tells me. I'm going to go to some other sources, although I feel I've lost some real sources in that I can no longer really, in good conscience, trust the Whiplash channels. And Whiplash is on Tyranny and also Marilyn Chambers. But I would say Marilyn Chambers seems to be the least scammer, the least of the scammers. She doesn't do as much scamming. This is interesting. 100% free speech will not be abrogated. There is no such thing as dis or misinformation. There is only information. How you discern it and how you understand from it is what matters. 100% free speech, 100% no censorship, 100% no ban, 100% no principle of law to abrogate free speech. Yeah, it does not make sense. Everyone, this is not the real Whiplash on Twitter. Please report this. I don't know what to say about this whole scandal, but the always said Starlink will heal humanity. Quantum Jasara, Algorand, and Lota will play mega roles with medbeds and space later. They're saying, by the way, Ledger will be wiped out. Black moon, celestial events. What is a black moon? Why May's new moon has an unusual name. On Friday, May 19th, a rare black moon rises. Here's what it means and what you can actually see. On Friday, May 19th, the year's only black moon will rise in the sky, and there will be precisely nothing to see. That's because Earth's satellites will drift right into the glare of the sun. That's because Earth's natural satellite, I guess they're saying the moon, will drift right into the glare of the sun, signaling a new moon. So, why the mysterious name? The term black moon has several meanings, none of them astronomical, but all of which occur only every few years. The definition that best benefits this month's event is a seasonal black moon, the third new moon in a season with four new moons. That's something that only happens every 33 months or so. The term black moon is also used to describe other separate lunar events, just as a blue moon is the second full moon of the same calendar month, also made possible by the moon's 29.5-day orbit of Earth. The second new moon in the same calendar month is sometimes called a black moon and can happen every 32 months, according to the almanac. Black moons can also be used to describe the rare occurrence of a month having either no full moon or no new moons according to timetable. So to this can only occur in February, yeah. Although black moon isn't something you see because the part of the moon facing us is in the shadow. It does mean the night skies are free of moonlight. So that's interesting. Doorknob is back. Okay, great. Good to see you, Doorknob. Thanks for visiting. Have a good Shabbos too, by the way. I'll tell you in advance. All right, so the Black Moon, here are some beauties from the past. I don't really want to go to Whiplash, but waiting on the green light, sir. I have the key because sometime, somewhere on the ocean, I know she's going to be. We got to sink the Bismarck to the bottom of the sea. That German battleship is just a memory. Apparently, it will be done in 30 minutes. New moon at its darkness, Hiroshima. By the way, Ledger will really be wiped out. This is a great place to relax. Thanks, Mio. I'm not sure what this really means, Ruth. I will say that it seems that the new moon should occur on the first day of Sivan, which is on Sunday. That's the new month. I don't really understand why the calendar doesn't always correspond exactly right, the Jewish calendar. But maybe that's because it's made for Israel. I don't know. I don't know why. I really don't understand the whole moon thing. That's a good question. Whether or not Doorknob is still parv about ETs. Yeah, we're still down for the redemption, of course. Yet Doorknob was a little bit flustered and a little bit upset by our mentioning of galactics. Yeah, I'm sorry, Ruth. I don't have a better answer. I heard the moon is hollow. Yeah, it seems that we don't really know much about the moon. There's a lot of fake information about the moon. I don't know. Thanks that my voice is comforting. I hope so. I mean, I think we got this. I mean, I think we're really coming into the Bamidbar. We're really coming into the wilderness. There's just so much happening. You know what? I'm going to get off of these Patriot channels, which are just as misleading. I'm going to get to a more granular channel at this point. Prepare your memes, non-NSA tech today. Attention on deck, battle station, memes on the ready. Where we go one, we go all. We will never forget. We will never forgive. Trump isolates his May 11th 3-year delta. These people are stupid. Slow and steady wins the race. We are about to unleash hell. Memes ready. So let me just read what this is. After campaigning for 5 months, this is from Mr. T, and going nowhere but down, it looks like Ron DeSanctimonious will soon be entering the race. He has zero chance, and MAGA will never forget. Intel drop. Why was Armenia mentioned recently? Clowns losing control. Okay, let me look at this post. Oh, I see that. Now that the 2-year Russian collusion case has fallen apart, there was no collusion except with by Hillary and the Democrats. They say, "Gee, I have no idea. Let's look at Trump's finances and every deal he's ever done. Let's follow discredited Michael Cohen and the fraudulent and dishonest statements he made on Wednesday. No way. It's time to stop this corrupt and illegally brought witch hunt. Time to start looking at the other side where real crimes were committed. Republicans have been abused long enough. Must end now. Carpet bombs are okay, but tactical nukes are better." That comes from our friend. I think this is, yeah, this comes from our friend, the letter 17. Former federal agents and others claim retaliation by the FIBI and the DOJ. Gee, you ever think such a thing could happen? Selection inference, anyone? Oh, I see. Now that the 2-year collusion case has fallen apart, there was no collusion except on the other side. Oh, yeah, so they look at the finding. We just read this. We're now leading big over JB with the independents. Very sad watching what took place in Congress regarding whistleblowers and the FIBI. There has never been a time like this in our country. The complete weaponization of justice. I am a victim also, but the real victim is the United States of America. Congress must use its purse strings to straighten it out before it is too late. Okay, 10:47 Eastern Standard Time. Undercover agents, informants, epicenter, full house. They are all here on Telegram Bigly. Enjoy the show. That's from 17. I can't seem to get this posted. Oh, show mesh. Show mesh. The FIBI said it won't release the January 1+5 surveillance video because it would show too many undercover government agents and informants. This is insane. How many were there? I mean, just approximately. That comes from Elon. They will never control me. Joe Rogan knows. Subscribe to Il Presidento's Rumble channel here. Chris Christie wants to run for president, and nobody cares. This is kind of like fun sort of news. Love my Jewish patriots. That is a nice thing to hear from Mr. T. Durham report, Twitter files, HB's laptop, Seth Rich's computer, Huma's computer, Jeffrey's tapes, Russia, Mueller probe, January 1 less than 7 fake thing, and the Governor Whitmer fake kidnap plot. This is how the FIBI has helped America. The Phoebe discovers building full of dangerous extremists organizing acts of terror across the country, and it shows it shows the FBI holding like an agent holding a gun at the FBI building. The Phoebe is out of control. Yes, indeed. The whistleblowers are being attacked. Articles of impeachment against JB. That is MT Margaret Taylor Greene. Yeah, MTG. Trump, Trump. Trump extends huge lead over opponents. All right, so I'm not getting anything of fascinating import, but it seems like there's a lot going on in terms of Congress and whistleblowers. Let me just look at the Dow is down a little bit, nothing huge, down 100 points. How much is a place in Arizona, right? Yeah, Mio. Yeah, I was talking to one of our friends from the channel about finding a place in Arizona as well. It seems like a nice place to live. I know that Brian just moved there. Spiritual Being is in Arizona. Well, I got you prescribed again, so you never know when I fly in. But oh, okay, I lost it. When I fly in, I can't pin these things. The gangs talkers are taking a vacation, hopefully permanently. I'm not really sure what you're talking about, Jerry, but they're running out of time. Yeah, the three-letter agencies are running out of time. Nothing can stop what's coming. Yeah, yeah, man. They lied about literally everything, right? You're in Arizona also, T. Miller? Nice. Hey, Irish Wilk. Yeah, my friend Irish Wilk is from Arizona. Military must step in soon. I think they've already stepped in. I think they've been in control for a couple of years already. I mean, that's what they're saying. That there have been thousands of arrests behind the scenes. I heard that we should watch the news today, May 19th. Should be something interesting. Carpenter. I think it's just some of the assets within it. I don't think the whole lobster platform is a scam, but they're saying a lot of Whiplash's recommendations are not so kosher. And I haven't really delved into it, but we're very disappointed to hear this because we really trusted Whiplash, and we were trying to figure out how could it be that here this guy has this amazing financial platform that's really a tremendous opportunity for a lot of us disenfranchised people, and be saying such horrendous things about the Jewish people. It just didn't make sense. So we're finding out that he's horrendous in both areas. So much love for the brave soldiers. Yeah. Lots of military. Derek Johnson and Muncie. Where, good company, where are you that you're seeing all this military activity? Asia is changing my hair color back to normal. That's beautiful, man. Yeah, I was out of sorts this morning, and then I realized, I didn't drink any ASEA this morning, and I drank some. I feel a lot calmer now. The Airbnb travels through us first. Yeah, tons of chat on both streams are YouTube. That's interesting. I have two on YouTube. That should not be. Let me just check that. I just see one. That could be for older tapes. I mean, I'm surprised, but anyway, yeah, I don't even think. I mean, you really the 130,000 people gathered in 1933 to worship Moilech. I can't even believe even fake Jews were. I mean, it's just they look like Hollywood actors on the movie. It doesn't really look real. You can't buy. Yeah, it's yeah. I'm not really going to. I really don't give advice on how to use lobster. I tried that for a while and it just didn't work out for me. Sia, yeah, first and last. I mean, I like to drink 8 ounces, so I drink it a couple times during the day. Mia is family, yes. Mediterranean Sea was drying up, or is that a lie? I don't know. I don't know about that one. Well, okay, so I mean, I'm kind of running out of steam. I guess I'm a little bit maybe tired. Um, I will say this that from my peeps in Canada, I'm getting the idea that Canada really, they really did a number on their people in Canada, much worse than the United States. $35 for a 1 ounce coin, solar flares. Prepare your memes. Non NSA tech today cannot read filter. Attention on deck, battle station, memes at the ready. Where we go one, we go all. These two strings nowhere and will be soon be appear occlusively in this drop. Perfect 1243 string in the timestamp. This tweet struck me as odd, almost as if it were a marker of sorts. If you continue to proceed down the dangerous path, only know that we are prepared. You should know this is based on earlier drops, Saudi Arabia National Guard military assets activate U.S. soil. The game is over when the public knows. The fight to keep the lights off is what matters to you. You will fail. In other words, the misinformation, the cancel culture will fail. The American people are awake. You lost control. Sheep no more. You underestimated their resolve and their ability to free think away from the pipeline narrative. We will declass. We will shine light. There is nowhere to hide. No amount of money, influence, or power can stop this. Our right to secure and protect at all costs then become justified. We stand at the ready, red wave, white squall, in God we trust. That's from the letter 17. If you are smart, you know what just occurred at the meeting in Russia. Attempts to frame Russia are failing and will soon be exposed. Objective to keep POTUS away from Putin failed. Bolton plus Putin should scare you. Enemies are allies. Evil has no place here. America is no longer for sale. The age of taxing our citizens across the world while entry into our markets is free is over. The world will unite in this cause. Forced immigration pushers will be exposed. The why. Read the Bible, God wins. Intel drop 158. When was this announced? When did the events in SA in Saudi Arabia transpire? Who controlled a large portion of Twitter stock? Or they're talking about bin Salman. Why is this relevant? Define oppression. Who controls the narrative? Who really controls the narrative? Who guards the narrative? Okay, let me read this. This is a post from Kim Runner. Twitter code reveals the platform is using an out of network reply penalty that weighs significantly more than being a verified Twitter Blue account. The out of the network reply penalty reports makes you virtually invisible even with a blue check mark. This keeps Twitter from, I guess, this is how they mask, how they hide the truth. I don't know what's going on with Twitter with this new person. We read that it was a sting. This is a sting operation. We will see what happens. Wow, there's a picture of a gigantic horse, the biggest horse in history. I'm going to put that on my Intel channel just because the picture is really amazing. If I can find my channel. There it is. All right. So God is a coder. Failed justice demands accountability. Be angry, America. Be really angry. And now put the angry in good use by raising your voice in fearless unison to bring accountability to the corrupt scoundrels who are out to destroy this country. If those law enforcement and intel officials are not faithful to the law, then they committed crimes. And if they committed crimes and they are not charged with those crimes, then the Durham report is meaningless and justice is not served. That is, my fellow Americans, join our team. All right. At least when there's an evil dictator, that human is going to die. But for an AI, there would be no death. It would live forever. And then you would have an immoral dictator from which we can never escape. That's from Elon. Dear Patriot, we hear you. We hear all Americans such as yourself. The time has come to take back our great land. The time is now. Rest assured, POTUS is backed by the absolute finest people alive who are all dedicated to the eradication of evil and corruption from the U.S. world. Find peace. God is with us. God bless and be safe. They are the true patriots. We will never forget. Let those let these coming days be remembered in our history as the time we fought to recapture our republic from those evil, bad actors who for so long have sacrificed the good people of this land for their own personal gain. Fight the good fight. Let justice be served. Right. Ishmael Peres said that AI was defeated, but he also said that in 1,000 years we may have to face AI again. But that the final war is Gog and Magog, Google and Metaverse or Microsoft. So yeah, this is all. It's all about AI, and apparently all these demonic forces work for AI. So we're coming to put the end story to the Garden of Eden story, and use our demon of doubt, bring him into our lives and love him a little bit and live in peace, live in harmony, live in comfort with others, open our eyes in the Great Awakening where we will have great technology, great health, great food, great water, great air, great communication skills. We'll probably be telepathic as we move into this new age, and we will understand each other just by looking at them. So yeah, stay natural, no tech in me ever. That's fine, but I believe that we will come into an age where we can use tech and nature in harmony, and they won't be controlling forces. We'll all be working together. We'll all be working for godliness and for goodness and graciousness and justice for all and prosperity and peace and plenty, whiskers and wisdom. Yeah, I could always use a good shot of bourbon, but it would not in the long run. It would not be good for me. All right, guys. So we will see you on Saturday night after Shabbos. It's probably going to be a little bit later. Have a great Shabbos. Have a good rest. If you are Shabbos observant, if not, have a tremendous weekend. And we will be back together on Saturday night. Thanks for coming. We got a nice turnout. Thank you for SGN for giving us a shout out. And we're coming into great times ahead. So just, do not be discouraged by any news that is intended to bring you into the fear space. Just be like Nokshan. Just keep moving forward because that's what God wants us to do. We're building a dwelling place for God in this world, and nothing can stop what's going. And where we go one, we go all. And that means the reverse, by the way. That means that if one person starts to ascend, then we all start to ascend. It's not just that we all go in one big pack, but it could also mean where we go one. If one ascends, then all ascend. Or if all ascend, everyone ascends. It's unity, it's echad. The word echad, which means one, has the gematria of 13, 1. All right, guys. So we'll see you on Saturday night. Probably. Let me just see when Shabbos ends. Shabbos ends at 54. It'll probably take me a few minutes to get on, but I'll probably be coming a little bit after 9 o'clock on Saturday night. And just hang in there and just really enjoy the beauty and the tranquility of nature and life and each other and yourself. And take your little demon of doubt and bring them home and feed them up good, and you know, let them work for you. Let them work with you. All right, good Shabbos, guys, and Doorknob, good to see you. We'll see you in a couple days. Hey, Kate. God bless.